Good morning, this is Phil Larson, and I'm speaking to you from our training center right here in Gainesville, Texas. We have training centers in Marietta, Oklahoma, and soon to be open in Oklahoma City. We've been working in Oklahoma City for several years, but not had a training center there. This is what we'd like families to look like across the landscape of America. Multi-generational, multifaceted, multicultural, happy living in greatness. But is this your America? This is a picture of the county courthouse in Cook County, Texas, which is kind of a rural county. Population 43,000, in Gainesville about 16,000. But is this your America? Is this the Andy Griffith Mayberry RFD? What's the real America? The real America is this generation. This generation of 20s and 30-somethings. This generation is asocial. There's books written about this generation called Bowling Alone. They live on text and Facebook and social media and staying home alone. And I'm a part of that generation. I'm not a part of that age, but I hope I'm a part of the generation. But it's not just those in their 20s and 30s. It's all of us. But the 20s and 30s are the generation of tomorrow after we pass on. This generation is amoral. 1960, 60% church attendance. Today, 15 to 17% church attendance. 1960, 11% fatherless. Today, 40% fatherless and growing. There's not a good moral center, a sense of moral agency in this generation. And it's not just the age, this is everyone. This generation is starting without a chance. These are statistics for the congressional districts that I'm sitting in this Texoma area in Cook County, Texas. 112,000 married coupled households, and then 62,000 single-parent households. What's going on here? This doesn't include the number of these kids who are being raised by grandparents. In this congressional district, in 2007, 52,000 single-parent homes. In 2013, just in 6 years, 61,000. A 17% increase in single-parent homes. Oklahoma District 4, directly to the north, went from 53 to 61 in the same time frame. Of course, congressional districts are by population. This is happening across the United States. I'm out here in Mayberry RFD, and this is what it looks like. This generation is amarital. Percentage of births to unmarried women by age. Well, of course, under 15, 99%, and 15 to 19, 88%. But look at 20 to 24, 65%. Look at 25 to 29, 36%. Look at 30 to 40, 22 to 23%. 40% of our kids today are being born into households where women have never been married. There's never an intent to have a two-parent household. That's crazy. This is unheralded in history that we can find. Maybe we owe an apology to the Roman Empire that fell. Maybe we owe an apology to Sodom and Gomorrah for the way our generation lives. And we are our generation. It's not just the youngers. And you know, it's not this big racial issue. People ask me, well, isn't this, just in this population? So in the black population in 1980, we went from 57% unmarried births to 71%. That's not good. But look down here in the Caucasian population. We went from 9 to 29, a tripling, 300%. That's what all populations are increasing at phenomenal rates in births to unmarried women, all races, all backgrounds. It's a national issue. Our children used to be 90% in two-parent homes. Now it's down to 64% and decreasing. This generation is violent. Family violence offenders by age. Look at that between 20 and 34. 20 to 24, 25, 29, 30 to 34. Look at the amount of violence that peaks in that age group. This generation is violent. 5 leading causes of deaths among persons ages 10 to 24 in Texas. We just focus on Texas for a minute, which is a great community. Suicide and homicide, 2,400, 3,900 unintentional injuries. So if you're 10 to 24 years old, you're either going to have an accident or your friend or somebody's going to murder you or you're going to kill yourself. That's nuts. Something is wrong. Percentage of high school students who report carrying weapons. White students in high school carrying weapons, 33% of the males, 8%. Black, 18 and 7. Hispanic, 24 and 7 or 8. Overall, all students, 28%, carrying a gun, a club, or a knife within the last 30 days with an intent to use it. This generation is fractured. The United States leads the world in fatherlessness, with over 40% of our children going to bed without a father present. Fatherlessness is not just physical, it's emotional, social, relational, and spiritual. The active presence of a supportive father brings home and community health. Studies prove that children with this advantage perform better in education, become more caring people, and avoid destructive behaviors. 5 times more likely to be poor, 10 times more likely to be extremely poor. Fatherless homes, 70% of juveniles in reform and long-term prison inmates. Twice as likely to be high school dropouts. More emotional and behavior problems. Girls 3 times as likely to be unwed teen mothers. Boys more unemployed and incarcerated and uninvolved with their own children. 90% of Americans agree that fathers make a unique contribution to their children's lives. A study on parent-infant attachment found that fathers who were affectionate, spent time, and overall had a positive attitude were more likely to have securely attached infants. This starts at infancy. Well, what if you start in a never-married home? Where do you get that compassion and affection and security? Father-child interaction has been shown to promote a child's physical well-being, perceptual abilities, and competency for relatedness with others, even at a young age. A survey of over 20,000 parents found that when fathers were involved in their children's education, school meetings, volunteering, children were more likely to get A's, enjoy school, and participate in extracurricular activities, and less likely to have repeated a grade. We are a crime scene, America, but crime scenes can be fixed. You can find out what went on and bring it where you need to bring it. Crime scenes can be fixed. This generation is in need of character leadership, not leadership characters. This generation is in need of character leadership, not leadership characters. We need empowered leaders and an empowered community. So in community transformation, we're working on outreach. We work at outreach in Matamoros, in Oklahoma City, in Gainesville, Texas, in Marietta, Oklahoma, and across the United States. We have over 3,400 legislators in 34 different states that we're working with. We want to move that up to 7,050 states. We have outgoing emails and encouragement that go. We have community transformation where we're training young minds how to think well, how to relate well, and how to interact with each other. We want to build. We want to keep moving and keep making a difference. We trained 37 in their basically mid-20s and 30s last year. We've got 30 in training right now. By the end of the year, we hope to do 120 as we expand into other training centers. Maybe we can reach 1,000 or 2,000 or 3,000 in their 20s and 30s every year and give them good, strong, social, relational, problem-solving skills. The U.S. is a world leader in fatherless families. Nearly 40% live without biological dad. 1 million children are affected by divorce a year. Out-of-wedlock births are off the charts. Research verifies the father's importance in cognitive, emotional, and social development is there. Violence has become our way of life. We have got to do something. It's not just fathers. The situation is reflected in the health of our leadership and community, congregation, and home. Good leaders and good fathers are nurturing, committed, caring, alert, aware, involved, protected providers. Good leaders and good fathers are supported and covered and carried community. Legislators need your backing. It's a climb to moral justice, wisdom, and support. Here's what some legislators say to you. Thank you for your email. I appreciate this encouraging word. I appreciate you and all that you help our legislators keep our eye on Christ as we make very important decisions. I appreciate your prayers not only for me and my fellow legislators, also our families as we are away from them serving. Oklahoma, Nevada, very timely. New Hampshire. Thank you for that encouraging word, especially today as I've already had to make very difficult decisions at my first day as a new representative. Alabama, the timing of this is very important to the Alabama legislator, needing to organize leadership for the next 4 years. Continue to pray. Legislators are asking for your influence and your intercession and your encouragement. Right now in life skills, we have 27. Actually, we have 30 in 10-week classes. Parenting, we have 10 right now. Transformers, that's what I call attendees. Report success in 1 week. Second week we met, these 2 reports came in. I attended one night in September. I'm just now getting back to my second night in January. I've been using that one lesson And my wife and I are communicating better than ever continually since that class. Last week I took the lesson and talked to my boss. Usually I just hold stressful items and never express myself. We talked through the item. I felt confident in my communication and we worked out something very important. It doesn't take long to make a difference in somebody's life. Number 7, prison term prevented. Better job outside instead of quitting. Disconnected from a bad relationship that we birthed and sustained in drug dependency. Talking civil to my husband for the first time in 30 years. Of course, she's a little bit older than 30. Helped a friend avoid exploding in anger, which affected 12 other people. It went out and calmed all these other people. Have a better relationship with my kids. I hear these stories every week as the facilitators come alongside and as we take wisdom principles and plant it inside of young lives. At our current rate, within 3 years, we'll have directly impacted every family in Cook County with improved communications, relieved tensions, and better skills for relationships. You know, the cost in Texas of one incarceration per year is $29,000. We've already avoided that many times over. We are a good investment. We commit to make a difference in the home, the neighborhood, the community, the states, and our nation. We're about commitment. We're looking for mentors, trainers, facilitators. Phil, how do I help? Oh my gosh. We can create a new America, a new generation. But it takes you. It takes mentors. It takes trainers. It takes facilitators. It takes web and graphics and events people. It takes dollars. It takes prayer. But we can change that crime scene, and I'm challenging you to get involved with Community Transformation Initiative. Email me, phil@hclive.org or phil@shepherdok.com. Call me. I'll call me on my cell, 405-388-8037, but be ready to do something when you call me. Let's change this nation, America. Let's make it moral. Let's make it peaceful and calm. Let's make this nation a place that has good moral integrity, personal responsibility, and community accountability. We can do it. You can do it. We need your help. Get engaged. Get involved. We'll put you to work right where you are. God bless you. This is Phil Larson with Community Transformation Initiative.